And we are live again. Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. I'm so excited for this one. We had great energy 10 minutes before the call here in the room. And it is my great pleasure to welcome the team, the Video Wise team. The Wise, actually, I just realized that you guys stole a little bit from my last name, so I might be part of it already. And I feel like part of the family, and I love the culture that you guys built. So Madalena and Stella, please introduce yourself and we'll take it from there. I'm so excited to learn more about VideoWise and all the implementation has for Shopify stores out there.
Mada, go first. I'll have
Great.
plenty of time.
I'm the partnership manager at VideoWise. I handle the relationship with agencies and other tech companies. And yeah, I'm here for any questions on that. And we also have Stella in the call.
Hi, I'm Stella. I'm the head of sales and growth at VideoWise, and my primary role is to help brands achieve fabulous growth by repurposing their existing video content. So, we help them uplift conversions, increase time on site, engagement rates, any KPI they want with a simple solution that is, turning their videos into revenue. But we'll get there at some point. And yes, Matt, the wise energies in the room. That's why we love working with you. Always a fab partnership, and we're very happy to be here with you today.
And I always love supporting European companies. It's always dear to my heart. I want to like, even though I'm so far away, somewhere in California here, when it's super hot and just very, very calm where we is. But please tell me about the story about VideoWise, because to me, as I told you before we jump on a live call, it's always fascinating how people come up with these solutions and they put together some piece of codes, and I don't know how they do it, but it starts working. I mean, we're talking about videos that are running in the background on the store, shoppable videos on product pages, and how, to me, it was a natural move from social media, and especially if you have most of your shoppers on Instagram and they are scrolling through the videos all day long. That's what they do, and then they enter on the site, and we don't interrupt their flow. I mean, that's just genius. It makes sense. But how did you guys come about that platform and building it and creating it, and how long has it been so far?
So, I mean, officially, if we talk about the primary ideas in the development of the platform, Claudio Cioba, our fabulous CEO and founder, was the brain behind the product, who figured out during COVID times that, people are stuck at home and they consume a lot of social media content, which is kind of a fabulous social proof, bringing credibility for the brands. But the thing that is missing is that it's not out on the actual online store. The product evolved over the past 3-4 years a lot. It started off as a very simple solution, and currently, we probably say that we are actually a complete video commerce platform, supporting every single video format you will ever need, from hero banners to videos in the product gallery. And it kind of, offers a full funnel for the shoppers that land on your website. You can, start off with educating them and then slowly influence them into the position which we create that highest peak of the interest, which ultimately pushes them in the direction of buying the product. I think my favorite part of the product development is the fact that the primary focus was to establish a solution that has zero impact on page speed, because it was, quite obvious that a lot of brands are afraid of embedding video content on the website because they are painfully aware of the fact that it's being stored and hosted at their own website. And we're not talking, 10 or 15 kilobytes. We're talking hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of kilobytes, which ultimately ruin that flow and that seamless interaction that you have with the audience that lands on your website, which would ultimately, if the flow wasn't interrupted, and in a higher number of conversions and people buying products. So what the product team did is that they created this amazing flow which syncs directly with Shopify. And once when our users are uploading content in our custom built content management system, we are internally optimizing every single component of those videos for e-commerce purposes, and then lazy loading components of those widgets, as we call them, back to your website with a single script that has a size of 37 kilobytes, which is, compared to your regular YouTube or Vimeo or Wistia placements, it's not even like 10 times smaller. It can be even like 100 times smaller. I mean, it really depends on the size of what you usually used as a traditional solution. And it's really magical to see what happens when you tell brands that, when they start realizing that, the future of video is not lying only in the hero banner. Like, we removed all the barriers and limitations by removing a simple fear that your website is not going to perform. And when you remove that, they start exploring. They start combining hero banners. They start putting videos in the product gallery. They start mapping out the journey for the shopper. So shoppers end up on dedicated sections of the website. And ultimately, they mimic that scrollable experience that is so familiar to every single one of us. We mimic it back at the on-site and just put the product interaction, which is really fabulously resonating when it comes to uplifts in conversions. But I'm pretty sure we're going to cover that in a bit more details.
Can't wait to see the examples, but it works well on mobile and desktop and any other device, correct?
Absolutely. I mean, we do live and work in the mobile first world, and 80% of our brands come with the same aim and worry, which is that 80% of their audience buys from mobile devices. So not only that the platform is completely optimized for mobile experiences, but we also give you the extra level of control, which is allowing you to custom design and custom tailor those experiences. You don't have to have the same, design, for instance, on desktop and mobile. You can actually have full control over choosing how it's going to look like, depending on the devices that the shopper is on.
Yeah, I definitely agree that the site speed element is the biggest one. How in the world? Because every time you send, like I use AirDrop all the time whenever I record videos, and even though I have pretty fast internet, including the upload speed of like 500 megabytes, it takes sometimes a long time to upload videos, because now with your iPhone, recorded with your iPhone, the video might have gigabytes and it's only like a minute long if you record like in cinematic mode. So that is always the question whenever even when I just introduce VideoWise to someone, a brand owner or whoever, that's the first thing, like, hell no, it's impossible to make it seamless. And then you start showing them examples on the website, like live examples, like we're going to cover. And even I remember first time scrolling through it, I was like, that never, like, how in the world? It's so seamless, it's so fast, and it's shoppable. Like the
It's shoppable, yeah.
It's shoppable. Just do you know, or did you guys realize how the TikTok shop or the now TikTok live shopping has impacted you guys? Did it like add value to it, or you didn't see any spike? Because now I'm not like a big TikTok user, but whenever I open the app, there's someone selling me some vitamins or whatever on the live call, and and it's it seems to me like every video that is killing it is using the same exact script and just changing the product. Sometimes even the same creator. I feel like I've seen them faces. So has it impacted you guys at all? Like, because in a positive way, because more and more used to it. Like, hey, I see a video. I think even Amazon implemented it like last year or something, like where you see a video, you click on the video, you watch the video, this guy or this girl is talking about a product, and then you can just click shop now. And this is you guys do on their website. So how that has impacted your platform?
Look, we love TikTok. We adore people at TikTok. We're good friends, we're good partners, and ultimately, the content that comes to us comes from TikTok. I kind of feel like it's very unfair to compare social media platforms and our brand's accounts on social media platforms that have a shop on, and their websites, and for instance Shopify storefronts of those brands. The sole reason being that, first of all, brands' websites are being present globally. TikTok Shop, as amazing as the technology as it is, it's still not available in full capacity in every single country of the world, which is where if you are a global brand, you're already losing some of the audience just for the reason that they're not residing in the UK or US, for instance. And even in the UK, there are sections in which it's not functioning fully properly. So that's one. And the second thing is that the limitations that are occurring in the moment when you have just one video showcasing a product interaction on a single channel compared to 50 different PDPs, out of which every single one has a different video interaction, video component. It's kind of like that TikTok shops and experiences on a TikTok shop are giving you one angle of buying the product and engaging with the product, which is fabulous. TikTok is all about virality of video content, focusing on one single product that's going to be popular for a month or 6, while we're looking into more long-term relationship that the brand is going to establish with the audience based on the content that is covering day one from the brand, all the way to the recent content, which is maybe, showcasing something new that they're launching. So I think it's just in regards to the timeline and what's the angle that the brand wants to achieve, we didn't see any impact whatsoever. I think it's completely two different stories that really beautifully work together. So I would never say to a brand, opt in for this or that. I think it's more than fine to have both, depending on the timelines of what do you want to achieve, and mostly and most importantly, in which channel do you want to achieve it. So no impact, only good vibes with TikTok Shop.
Yeah. Obviously, we have more intimate setting on our website, and I love the educational aspect of it. And I think it's the easiest way. I know that proper copywriting is essential for every product page or every website, every step of the funnel, if you will. But I believe in video so much. I think it's so much easier to show the authenticity of you showing, presenting the product. Maybe you have, the founder-led brands that are going to talk about the product. Maybe you have your users, customers showcasing the product and sharing something genuine. In a world where we see so many fake reviews or paid reviews and paid testimonials, like you can't always fake it, or it's hard to fake it on video. Like you'd have to be really a bad person to be able to camera.
I have a feeling that there's a specific influencer we have in mind, but let's not go into names. No, I mean, I kind of have the feeling that the world in which we affiliate ourselves as shoppers with, big names and perfect skins and celebrities that have a lot of support systems around them, I don't think that's the social proof the audience is going after anymore. We want to see the real person using the product. We want to see someone like we are, makeupless and natural, with the puffy eyes, with gray hair in their hair, showing us what is this product doing for them. And I have the feeling that the market is also getting overwhelmed. It's not necessary, and I mean, it's not enough anymore to have a staple brand and to be the only fully natural ingredients brands out there. It's not enough anymore to claim, rules of sustainability. Nothing is enough anymore, because on every single unique idea, you'll probably have 15 or 16 brands doing the same thing. And then the only way of how can you properly building a community and loyalty in that sense from your customers is actually to make them believe and make them feel like this is the product that is custom tailored for them. And in the world in which the attention span is getting so short that people don't even read between the lines anymore, they don't read the ingredients, they don't read product details, the only way to communicate the message that this has been built for you is the power of video. And that's why the short form videos are the most important here, because we're going to see the person, and in case of beauty and skincare brands, for instance, we'll see the person and the tan, we'll see the type of the skin, we'll see every single small natural mistake on the skin. We're going to affiliate with that. Then we'll see the thickness of the serum, we'll see the color of the foundation, we'll see how it matches to the skin tone, and all of that is being communicated in 3.5 seconds. After that, it's just sitting like this, enjoying the ride and thinking, ooh, so this is how I'm going to look like in 7 seconds after this video ends. So I do believe, I completely agree with you. Video is the future. We just don't have time to read anymore. We are not interested in reading and researching anymore. Video is doing this for us now, especially user-generated content that is currently sleeping on social media platforms. Like, pull that into your website. Tell people everything that your people have been telling instead of you, and just add a shoppable component to it. That's the entire philosophy behind success, I think.
I love it. Yes. And I have one feature that was, as you were explaining everything, I have one feature of yours that comes to mind, and I'm sure we'll see it in action. So let's maybe dive right into the examples, because that will be so much easier to realize how powerful that is. And we'll take it from there.
You just have to tell me if it's being visible or not.
Share your screen, and if I see it already, you want me to add it to the stage? 1, 2, there it is.
There it is. Okie doke. Nice.
Perfect.
Oh, okay, all right. So I prepared just like a few of my favorite implementations, and I think what folks are going to notice is that we don't have the same one rule applies to all brands. We do feel that every brand has their own story to tell to the audience, and we custom tailor the approach. We do have an amazing CS team, but we custom tailor the approach based on the story that the brand wants to tell to the world. I love showcasing Osmosalt. I mean, I'm a foodie and I cook and I use a lot of spices. And when I first joined VideoWise, this was the first example I've seen. And I love showcasing this because it's proving the point of how quickly and seamlessly everything is loading, while at the same time we're preserving the high quality of the video. During some high seasons, like Thanksgiving, for instance, and Christmas, they even had 2 or 3 different hero banners and background videos on the homepage, which is insane. Like imagine just the entire homepage vibing and moving and making you hungry, to be quite honest. But Osmosalt and the fact that they have the hero banner, that is the attention grabber, and KPI wise, which is impacting the time on site and prolonging the average session that is happening on the homepage. I love showcasing this example. It's just so brilliant, so creative. Yeah.
Stella, yeah, I'm definitely a foodie. I'm already hungry. Didn't eat anything yet because it's morning, too early for me. But the question I had, so assuming that every brand obviously has a ton of content, there's always that Dropbox drive or hard drive. Who knows? Maybe there's a bunch of brands that have everything on the hard drive. So assuming I have the right format video somewhere on in the cloud, how difficult is it to upload it to my Shopify using VideoWise? And if I want to, like you said, they have for special occasions, they have more videos or different videos. How do I do it? What I'm trying to ask is, if a brand needs to have a developer, Shopify developer at hand that always has to step in, is it something you can help with? Or what kind of the process behind adding these videos? So when we talk about mainly the banner video right here, that makes me super hungry.
Sure. Trust me, you overcomplicated it. It's so simple that you would not believe. So when we do say that we are an entire video infrastructure platform, that also means that we have our own built content management system, which is a library. To upload content, we support every single possible source out there. So in case that you do have professional recorded and glorious pieces like this one for hero banners, you can just upload the file straight away to the library, where it's going to be fully protected and optimized for any further purposes, such as in this case, the hero banner. Alternatively, what you can also do is that you can sync entire TikTok, Instagram channels. You can upload content from your CDN Shopify. You can sync YouTube channels. You can even go and detect UGC across social media platforms, which is a recent feature that we released. But it's not as complicated when it comes to content management. And then when it comes to optimizing the content, designing it and turning into those widgets that I'm going to show in a bit, everything is being done straight away from the VideoWise platform. We are navigating you basically through pre-built templates, the gallery of those templates that you custom design based on your preferences. We can allocate videos to those skelets or widgets, as we call them, manually, or you can create automated playlists. And it takes just a few minutes to create and publish the widget to your Shopify website. Implementation-wise, it's just a very small div code that is going to go in the VideoWise block of your Shopify theme. You don't need dev work, especially because for most of the brands, if not all brands that we work with, we are allocating customer success managers, which means that every step of the way, if you need assistance, if you need help with implementation and maintenance, we will allocate a person that is going to be your dedicated person, your POC, that you can reach out to via private Slack channel, and they can do the setup for you. So, if the only thing stopping brands from implementing is, I don't have devs, I don't have somebody to maintain it, we can do the heavy lifting for you. And sometimes it's even, the best way to do it, because that way we're ensuring that the brand is getting the most out of the platform, because we're guiding them, we give the specialist on board to help them out. So no worries about content management, uploading, and then publishing. We got everything covered from day one.
So there's no reason for a brand not to have it implemented, pretty quickly, let's say. So let's talk about this guy who joined us here. It looks like he joined us on the live call here in the right corner. How does it work? And that's the one feature that I had in mind when you were talking about the product application. Because if you combine it with copy like we have, you can have your hooks there if you want ABC, which would be the most common questions, or that's where you can lead people into the education about what makes you different as a brand. Like, is it the quality of the ingredients, the sourcing of the products, and you can highlight that when you didn't have a customer who wanted to read through the pages and everything, you can use something like
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Let's talk about that tool.
Let's talk about that. I also love the pop-up and the branching video. This is Nick, the founder of Osmosalt. Um, there are a lot of different ways how brands can utilize the pop-up. I love the showcase in which founders are recording themselves in 5 or 6 different frames. And the purposes of this, I mean, there are a lot of different values from the pop-up. The first one is, if we talk about the placement in itself, having in mind that the homepage is usually a very dull transactional page that not a lot of people stick around for a long time. It's also like the location of the website, what you will lose a lot of your audience if they didn't get the interest in the split second when they came and landed to the homepage. The branching video is targeting that section of the audience. It's sending a welcome note, a very personalized welcome note to people who land to the homepage saying, hey, I'm Miki and I'm the founder of Osmosalt. And, let's talk about the Osmo story, like in this case, for instance. But it can also be a fabulous way to map out frequently asked questions, for instance, that can, remove any doubt that the shopper or, the customer or the visitor, however you want to call them, had when they landed on the homepage. My favorite functionality here, I mean, I can stay here for hours, and I guess that's reflected very well in the analytics. But my favorite point when we talk about KPIs is that you'll see 2 increases. You will see the increase when it comes to time on site, or the length of the sessions that the visitor has when they land on the homepage. And you will see increase in engagement rates, because this is very interactive. Every answer or option, depending on how you build the branching video, can lead the shopper either to the next frame that is going to have its own unique set of options again, or what I really, 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 really love, you can hyperlink the options. And then we open different sections of the website based on the preferences of the visitor, while still keeping the pop-up, the guy in the box on the homepage, if they want to go back to their choices. I mean, levels of control are insane. You can even have it populated again on the product page or the destination of your choice. You can put it and have it repeated as many times as possible. But the point is that this is kind of mimicking the offline store experience. When you go to the store, you're not actually sure what you're looking for, but somebody very friendly is going to approach you and say, hey, welcome. What are you looking for? Or do you have any questions? Or can I assist with anything? This is giving you that warmth and coziness that somebody is taking care of you and helping you make the right decision. And when we talk about the entire, video funnel, I love the combination, which is having the quiz and the branching video, very interactive, very engaging, very educational, and then ultimately mapping out the journey for the shopper, so the shopper ends up on the required destination of its choice. That's for the branching video. I really love this implementation and how seamlessly it loads, and yeah, very effective.
We can technically have like a little funnel here inside of this video widget where, if you would, let's say the question would be, so what makes Osmo so special? And if we click on it, we stay on the page and he would explain what makes them special. Is that about right?
Exactly. Yeah. If I click on the what is the Osmo story, Nick is actually talking, but I essentially don't want to unmute it because it can be very loud when you're, But I'll happily, whoever gets in touch, or I can send it to you. I'll happily send over all the examples so, people can actually see what's the content and what's the voice behind the video saying. What is the message that we're trying to communicate?
And we can have, or can we have, like, let's say, a lot of brands are testing a bunch of landing pages that are, the back end of their Shopify store. Is it possible, for example, we have a funnel for a new product, to have a custom widget for that particular funnel? Is it possible? Assuming
so
it's
every widget when you build it is going to have its own location. So you're going to choose if it's going to be on an individual PDPs, all PDPs, specific URL that you're going to add. Any destination, you have full control over choosing where it's going to appear. Just because it appears here doesn't mean it's going to be the golden rule and multiplied across the entire website. No, you can design a specific widget for a specific destination. That's one. Second thing is that you can set custom rules, which are saying, don't show the pop-up for the person who turned it off, or show it again after 15 minutes, or show it at the destination based on this rule. So you can custom tailor the funnel. You can custom tailor the journey based on how the customer actually behaved when they engaged with it. So yes, you can also choose specific locations where the widget is going to appear.
Gotcha. Okay. You mentioned a really interesting point here, like a few minutes ago, that it increases the time your visitor will stay on the website, on your store, essentially. And this is actually pretty important, if you will, because the longer I'm from consumer perspective or customer perspective, whenever I'm really interested in something, then like the more time I spend with it, the higher chances for me are the higher chances are that I will find one thing that will stick with me for the rest of the day, and I just can't keep thinking about that particular product. It could be an ingredient,
Exactly.
it could be the flavor. Like for Claudia, for my wife, will definitely be like the flavor, something around the flavor. For me, it will be something about the ingredient, like, oh, they using this best salt ever from Utah, Redmond, Utah, whatever salt. And I'm like, I love this salt. I need it right now. And I already, in this case, I would already think, which I'm already doing right now in live, thinking about what could I cook?
You are hungry. You are hungry.
What could I cook tomorrow, or as soon as I get the product with this, and I want to cook everything they show on this video. So
Yeah,
it's definitely, it's clearly working right there. All right. So what else? I mean, we didn't get to the shoppable product pages, but you've mentioned, or when
we'll
you
get
when you're
there.
scrolling through the page, there's like a lot more. So yeah, let's cover that.
Yeah, I want to show the versatility as well, but just to emphasize one thing, you when you're building and using video effectively, it's all about building up the narrative. And narrative, in e-commerce world also means successfully mapping out KPIs, which with every step, it's kind of like playing a game. With the passing the first level, which is ensuring that people stay on the website, the next level is prolonging the time that they spend on the website. Then from prolonging the time that they spend on the website, we want to get them engaged with the content. And then ultimately, the final level of the game is we want to make them shop. It's all about building the narrative. We give you the technology, which is making sure that you build the narrative successfully with the video content that you already have. It's just about putting it in those boxes and widgets and mapping out the journey for the shopper. That's it. Which brings us to shoppable videos, which are definitely a favorite. Let's say that we passed that bridge, or let's say even better that we didn't have that traction in which people are staying longer on the website. This is your omni solution, because they're going to see the video, and once when they click on the video here, in this case a shoppable carousel as we call it, the theme of the carousel are going to be best practices by Sculpted by Amy community. How are they using products? This is the theme, let's put it like that. But when we click on the video individual one, what we're getting is a full size video player that has different product interactions, as we call them, allocated to single video depending on what is being used in this video. And this works fabulously. If you're a fashion or apparel brand and you're talking about styles and style inspos or trying to explain sizing, you'll be able to link the hat, the shirt, the pants, the bag, and the shoes, and make it very accessible for people to purchase the item straight away from the video itself. In beauty and skincare industry, this is amazing because you're seeing the difference of the foundation, the thickness of the serum, the color under the natural light, the difference that it makes, pre and post application of the product. Is this suitable for the skin in terms of my skin tone and maybe some bumps or lumps that I have on my face? Anything like that is basically humanizing the brand in a very efficient way by educating the audience to really get familiar with the product in question. On the mobile devices, we're basically mimicking that cozy feeling of scrolling through the videos and adding the shoppable momentum, which is fully interactive in terms of you can, go into details, you can come back, you can click on a different product, you can go back again, you can, scroll up and down, change between the videos. But the bottom line is that on the highest peak of the interest of the shopper, when they've seen every single possible thing, when they know about the product, when they're like, yep, I need this, I'm sold, the only thing the shopper has to do is click add to cart, and we take them straight away to your checkout page. Cool thing about this, I mean, I used to be a data girl and I used to work in programmatic media buying, so pixels and tracking conversions are super crucial to me. The cool thing is that we have our own custom tracking pixel that's, in a general funnel is being used in a purpose that we're following what happens with the customer, let's say, from the moment when they engage with the video for the first time. We're tracking it for over 4 seconds. So we're not calculating any bot traffic or fake traffic landing on the page. And then we're tracking if they actually bought the product, because the checkout pixel is going to be placed at the checkout thank you, or actually at the thank you page. And we're tracking this separately. It has no interference with Shopify notes or orders. We're basically just making sure that the video is performing. And then my favorite part about it all is that you'll be able to see which video, which type of content, which type of widget is actually driving the biggest amount of the revenue, the biggest piece of the revenue, which really helps you learn a lot about your audience, because maybe you thought that a video like this is performing well, but then all of a sudden you saw that the one that you didn't think will perform well overruled them all. It gives you a fabulous insight into knowing what makes your customers buy. What is that piece? What is that social narrative that people can actually affiliate themselves with, so they are ultimately influenced into buying the product. Let's think about Shoppable video. Yeah, please go. I told you that you need to stop me sometimes. I just to me, this is Disneyland,
So for all the CRO guys out there, you can actually track, and this is super interesting. I didn't know that you can compare, for example, the video that you had, the video that you had on top of the page when you were scrolling through the pictures. You can compare it with this video, because yes, you might find out that that particular video would perform much better. I mean, that's a big win. So, but for the CRO people out there, they can, or data analysts, they can keep track of the conversions, clicks, and everything that matters when it comes like optimizing for conversion.
Exactly. So times watched, revenue per view, engagement rates, direct sales, numbers of orders. And what I really love about it is that it's not only applicable for videos, you can also see the same performance for the widget. So is the shoppable carousel something that works, that we should start using more? Or should we use the branching video? And then finally, and not important, but we're tracking the same performance across different PDPs or pages overall that have specific widgets, which really gives you a very granular insight into knowing in details what resonates with your audience in terms of all three dimensions.
I have two questions. First question is, I see that TikTok logo there. So that means that this video was uploaded to TikTok. And what about Instagram Reels? So you can integrate Instagram Reels as well?
Exactly. You can sync entire TikTok account or the full Instagram account directly with VideoWise, which means that we established an automatized flow. So anything that is being published on social media platforms flows into VideoWise content management system. And then it's on you to just decide which piece of content is going to go where, because we will not automatically, overflood your websites without you having control in it. You get to choose which pieces of those content would you like to allocate to specific formats. How do you want to style them, and ultimately where do you want to publish them? But sync-wise, yes, integrate TikTok, Instagrams. You can even upload individual videos from TikTok and Instagram by using URLs. You can even sync YouTube channels. You can pull video content from Shopify CDN. You can scan social media platforms for hashtags and mentions of your product, and then contact the creator, and then pull that piece of content to the library. Everything. Every single possible source.
Understood. The second question, if you can, for me, click on any of the videos, one that had multiple products, because that was new to me. I didn't even know that you can have multiple products. And let's say you want to add Tint and Glow, the third one from the top, to cart. What happens when you add it to cart? Will you? And so in this case, it added to cart. It always will redirect you to the checkout page, or can you stay on that previous?
Can you style it?
And
you can. The add to cart section can be custom designed as well. It's usually our recommendation that the funnel is taking the shopper to the checkout page, just because for conversion purposes we've seen it perform the best. But if you have a custom script or a custom call to action, it can easily be replaced with the add to cart section. It's just that we've seen this style perform the best, which doesn't mean that brands don't have all the liberty of changing the funnel.
Understood. Yes. I mean, I always like to, and I highly recommend to just go on all over the platforms. So have a friend who is not affiliated with your brand, sit next to you on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube or any platform that you're active on, and just go inside of the app through the shopping experience. So start adding products to cart, go all the way to the checkout, even buy if you have like post-purchase funnels, and then buy the products, get a refund or support your friends. You should always support your friends. And
we are your friends as well. Don't forget that. Support us too.
Okay. So yeah, and when you do that, you always find out something that might interrupt, might be interrupting your like shopping flow, or something that are working really, really well, and maybe there's like slight things you can improve. So I didn't know that you can have multiple products in one video. I mean, that is actually pretty awesome, because you can showcase like another really important aspect of this is that you can showcase more products quickly, because a lot of people might be seeing that one the product on Instagram or on an ad or whatever, and they want that one product, but you have so many other products that you need to showcase, and this is a great opportunity to introduce your customers to your product repertoire or catalogs or whatever you have.
Yeah, I completely agree, especially if you already have a piece of content that is highlighting, let's say 4 of your best sellers, or if you have a sale or a styling video. It is a very powerful functionality that, just communicates the message about the product maybe 4 times faster, with, compared not to having it at all. So I'm also a fan. And also regarding any integrations when it comes to upsells or cross sells, for instance, let's say that you have a sliding card that has upsell abilities integrate into your store. We are, implementing the flow. We're not ruining the flow in at all. It's just that the checkout page is going to look different. So whatever you do have as a checkout process currently on your store, we will not inflict any changes in it. We will just, easily adapt to the flow and still ensure that the seamless journey is created. So everything, we're very adaptable. So everything goes.
Perfect. So we had the shoppable videos on the product page. We had the actual like the banner, not the banner on the main page, but also on the product page, the videos that you could add there. We had the widget. That's the one I had.
Yeah, videos in the product gallery, replacing static images, so we can showcase the product very quickly, very efficiently by just simply replacing the image. I really love this one. Great for fashion brands, great for brands, for beauty and skincare brands.
I see, Stella. I see we have a question here, and guess what the question is?
What's the question?
Will that?
I'm not seeing.
Okay, then I'll read it out. Don't you think it will affect the page load time and performance?
Nice. Okay. Hi.
I told this will come up. It's always like you need to make so much convincing that it will not. It's incredible. So how would you answer that?
I know. No, it will not affect your page speeds. We are the only technology currently in the market that is covering also hosting of your video assets, optimization of your video assets. We do have powerful internal tools such as Super Video that are, in the lack of a better word, compressing, but without impacting the quality of the video. And the last bit is that everything is being lazy loaded to your Shopify storefront with a very small div code. So we, take a lot of pride into the fact that we established the technology with having the zero impact on page speed as the golden rule. Everything else came after that. But the first thing we had to define is that we don't want to have interrupted experiences for shoppers because something is not loading or the website is being broken. So no matter how many different implementations you decide to have, you will not see an impact on the page speed, which is also why you often see brands using VideoWise having multiple very flashy autoplay implementations done at the same time, and all of them just seamlessly loading without any issues. But happy to chat in details and explain more. Feel free to reach out to me. Yeah.
You know what we should do, or maybe what I will do right after, and we can take it from there. In every post when we were gonna repost the video, we should prompt people to check out the examples on any device they want, on any platform they want. I mean, any browser they want, because I know that depends on, like, I'm using Mac, Apple products, and Safari always ruins not only like Shopify store pages, but any page out there. Like I don't know why. I just love it because The only reason why I love it is because it somehow increases the longevity of my MacBooks that I have. Like
Okay.
Chrome always like caused some issues with my previous MacBooks, but it's usually much faster, to be honest. But I think we should encourage people to just go and see the examples themselves, and that will be the headline of all the all the posts that we're gonna do after. But continue.
On mobile as well. But I love there's a I'm sorry for interrupting, but one of my colleagues when she joined the company said she was explaining video eyes to a friend of hers, and she said, yeah, it's so powerful, like you can play videos on your microwave, that's how good it is. And I've heard it and I was like, seriously, on the microwave? And it stuck with me almost for a year now. I'm happily using the example, you can play video eyes widgets on your microwave, which is a very powerful comparison.
Yeah,
Don't try it and come
actually,
after me. But yeah,
maybe this would be a good viral video. I have to see my brother. He has a refrigerator with website like screen
Yeah.
integrated, so you can see inside of the refrigerator, which is a function he never
okay.
used, and it broke down more than anything on the refrigerator since he bought it. But you can browse websites, so
Oh wow.
maybe we can.
Please,
Yes.
please send examples to your brother and
And
record the
record it.
reactions and yeah, send it to us. I mean, I want to see that definitely.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll check it out. I'll see him tomorrow or on Friday. So
This is
I'll play with it. It will be funny video for sure.
this is getting better and better. I'm loving this conversation. Like playing video eyes on your fridge. Amazing. Amazing.
Shopping with your fridge, because the whole goal of this technology is to allow you to literally see from the app inside of your refrigerator. It will tell
Mm,
what you're missing if you have a proper organization, and then all you have to
nice.
do is just click reorder now, and they deliver food, to your doorsteps. Or maybe, I mean, in the future, some like a robot will enter your house and put everything in the fridge.
Yeah,
I
just
don't know
pack
where
it.
it's
I mean,
going.
that's insane. That's just insane. It feels like something I need in my life. But we sidetracked with fridges
Yeah,
and foods. Like I'm getting hungry now because of the fridge story. Anyway, anyway, I mean, have in mind, to wrap up in terms of showcasing the examples that everything that is a background video, that is a single line player, that is a hero banner with a custom CTA, for instance, like in the example of Dr. Dennis Gross, carousels, pop-ups, embedded video pieces on the website. Like, let me briefly show you. I really love showcasing how True Classic implemented the embedded video. But like anything like this that can showcase a comparison of two products, or the fit of the shirts, or the fabric, for instance, even those placements are having minimum impact on the page speed. So uh, the versatility among formats when it comes to on-site experiences is insane. Just because you're seeing some variants of implementations we did, it doesn't mean like this is also shoppable. It's just going to open a different view. But these are the story looking wedges that I like. But the point is that the internet is your oyster, let's put it like that, with video wise, just because you'll be equipped with 20 plus pre-built templates, and every single one of them has hundreds of layers of customization. So you can really go very, very open-minded into using the platform and ensure that we can easily create very native, organic on-site experiences that are perfectly matching the brand identity of the website in a full white label matter. You'll never see a VideoWise logo appearing anywhere. We're actually giving you the space to put even your logo and to style it according to your colors. So yeah, I mean, this was just a showcasing of some of my favorite implementations, but as I told Matt before this session, I could go for hours just showcasing how we do stuff among different brands. But as mentioned, for details, feel free to reach out to me and we can talk for hours about a variety of other implementations. Yeah.
I also didn't know about the story feature, the widget that you can implement. That's actually pretty interesting as well. I don't know if VideoWatch does that. So one that I have. So when is it a good time for a brand to explore VideoWise and start editing it? Do you see it working well for brands that are already well established, let's say 7-8 figure plus, or do you think if a brand, especially if they have something unique, if they have a unique product, whatever that category might be, they should start exploring it very early in the stages when when they start growing initially? or testing, the product, if there's a product market fit there. What do you see most common? And tell us about that. The next steps.
I mean, I don't feel like there's a bad time, just because like with the on-site experiences, we also support multi-channel distribution, so off-site campaigns, which means that you could power your newsletters in the early stages when reaching out to the customers and start building the community from day one of building the brand, for example. Conversions engagements wise, I mean, it's a golden rule. If you have a bigger volume, the results are going to be better. But it doesn't mean that for smaller emerging brands, video wise didn't work out. It was actually maybe even this fantastic community building momentum in which they managed to engage the smaller volume of traffic that is happening on the site in a way more efficient, retentive matter for the purpose of the conversation. There are always, people come and they are afraid that the timing is off because they don't have video content. And what I tell them is that we're seeing an amazing TikTok channel, we're seeing an amazing Instagram channel, and sometimes it's enough that you're in a phase of producing video content and already have 2 or 3 pieces to go when it comes to the hero banner or a single video in the product gallery. Sometimes that's enough. I love the case of Dr. Dennis Gross because, for instance, on the Shoppable carousel, they always have 3 videos that are showcasing the use of the chemical peel that wasn't changed for a while. They have a huge content library. They sit on thousands of pieces of fabulous content, but they're sticking with, something that they know works well, and they didn't change it that much. So there's never a bad time, and there's not like a very strict defined ICP. If you miss content, we'll help you scrape social media platforms for any mention of your brand. If you are in a phase of building your site, it doesn't mean that you would not be able to use the off-site campaign experiences. If you're in the process of migrating between teams, for instance, and you feel like this is going to be the cherry on top at the end, no, come to us earlier so we can participate in the process of you building the new theme. So everything can, work out from the moment when you go live. We are very adaptable. Every experience with every single brand is fully custom tailored based on their timelines and, where they're currently based. So if you ask me, there's never a bad time. It works well across the board. It just depends on which KPIs do you want to achieve, and you coming to us so we can assist you with achieving them. That's it.
To me, great answer. To me, it makes always sense, honestly, because that's how we shop. That's how we are prompt to do everything right now through video, social media platforms, like even LinkedIn. I don't know if you noticed, LinkedIn app has video tab right now, just like you have on any other platform. So it's still very early stage because it's so difficult to like move through it and like pick the videos. I don't know how they pick the videos, but I've seen it recently on recent update, I guess, at least on my end, that there's like a video tab for it. So video is the way. It's definitely much easier to explain it and also make it memorable. I've read something yesterday night on one of the platforms that there's like only 5% people that we market to, like the 595 rule, if you will, and there's 95% of people that are not ready. They're not in market to ready. They're not ready to buy your product right now. And it's like majority of people that would ever discover your brand at this point, right? 95%.
Yeah.
This is a great way to plant a nice seed in their brain with videos because they will remember it. And also familiarity effect. If you see videos on Instagram, then you see them on TikTok, and then you enter the website. Finally, you're thinking, really contemplating on that purchase, and you see the same person you're familiar with, and like, all right, that makes sense. I've seen that person or heard that person talking about that particular thing for so long. I need to give it a try finally. And it's so easy because you have now shoppable videos. And I also thought about the landing page again, and I'll finish with that because that was good. As you were talking about it, I was literally building a landing page in my head. It's like maybe we'll come to that. Like one day we'll have live videos in metaverse or virtual reality, so I can literally see project what my mind is seeing right now, and I can see like a landing page with a heavy focus on like short form videos embedded there. And basically showcasing different variety of customers that are showing real, genuine, how they use the product, how they benefit from the product. I think this is very, very smart. So yes, even if you're starting out, I feel like you should give it a try.
Absolutely.
If you already have traffic, if you have something to test with, we talked about analytics, how in depth you can go when as far as like testing various widgets or the videos inside of the widgets, or even the conversions, which is obviously the most important for everyone that runs an online business or online store. And how fast do you think brands can implement it usually, and what are the first steps if they want to, like, do they have to get on a demo call? Can they install it by going to a website? Like, what are the first steps that a brand needs to take, other than reaching out to you guys and having a chat on me, and I'll point them into the right direction? But what are typical
Yeah.
steps?
I mean, we always like to chat, but things are way simpler. For Shopify brands, just go to the App Store and install VideoWise, search for VideoWise, click install. That's it. In 2 seconds, you have access to the dashboard. Since it's a direct integration, all of your product pages and products are going to be automatically loaded into VideoWise. So the next step after that is basically just to, jump on a call with me just so we can determine the tier and features that we need to unlock. And do you want to have a dedicated CS? It's mostly like, how do we implement it type of a conversation. And from that moment on, let's say that you do things on your own. If you're a smaller brand and you decide to go that way, you upload the content. The dashboard is going to explain you the processes of building the widget, styling the widget, and allocating the video, and ultimately how to install it on your VideoWise block on your Shopify theme. All things combined, from installing the app and having your first widget live, I would say you don't need more than 15 minutes, 20 minutes, let's say. And then with our assistance, since we are specialists, we built worlds and universes in a matter of days, trust
Yes.
me, even with some custom coding and designs. Everything can happen very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. It mostly depends on how quickly the brand uploads the content, maps out the content, and decides what they actually want to do. That's the hardest part. Implementation wise, it's literally a question of seconds, maybe minutes. That's it.
So even if someone like me would implement it, that has no coding background, could get it done in 15 minutes. That's
Yep.
Yes.
Right.
And if you come across any issues, as mentioned, we have really an amazing customer success team who is ready to help to guide people through their VideoWise journey, through their shoppable journeys, coming with best practices, tips and tricks, monitoring performances, advising throughout months of using or years using VideoWise. So we got you covered on every single end.
I love it. I 100% agree. You have amazing team and a great company culture, as I said in the very beginning. Madalina, Stella, thank you so much. I'll ask you to stay on for another minute, and we'll end the live with this. If you guys have any questions or on VideoWise, feel free to reach out to either one of us, and we'll be happy to point you in the right direction and share whatever we know. Thank you so much for this Wednesday live, and I hope to see you on one more time somewhere in the future, sometime in the future.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Matt.